What's up, everyone? It's Joey and Will with Upstate Outdoorsman, and this is our first video.
First video after our introduction video.
First
real one.
First real one after the introduction video. And we are going to be doing a video on soft plastic lures. How to make them, some of the steps to do it, what's required. And we're going to be doing a new mold review. This is the 3.5 inch i-craw from Do It Molds, and our current molds we have now are 5 inch Gary Yamamoto Senko, 4 inch Grubs, Bush Hog, Finesse Worm.
Got some little Mr. Twisters,
yeah, little
like
1 inch
inchers.
1 inch
for
Mr.
some
Twisters.
panfish. You get a 2.5 inch craw.
2.5 inch craw. And I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out because I don't know, I just thought the mold was something different. It's kind of got a rough consistency to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Rather than smooth, I'm hoping it's not going to affect the quality of the baits too much, but who knows, maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it'll be nice, maybe I'll hate it.
We're hoping it's a good one.
Hoping it's a good one.
This is a Do It mold, by the way.
Yep.
Just so you guys know. 4 cavi, and we have 2 of them, so we're going to be making 8 at a time.
Should be quick.
Should be quick once we get it going here. We got to get our plastic going.
Gotta show them the setup.
I'll show them the setup.
Show them the setup.
Alright, I'll take you guys here. Got all our colors here. Ready to go, whatever we want to make. Got some glitter. We got these beautiful worms we just made probably 2 hours ago.
Yep, a couple hours ago.
Just finished them up.
New color.
Then we have our microwave right here, ready to go for cooking our plastic. Got some all new scent oil right here, crawfish oil. We're gonna be trying out. Then we have our vacuum chamber right here, but the plastic will be going in here pretty soon to get all the air out of it. So, hope you guys are looking forward to it. Let's get it started.
All right. Step 1 for making your plastics: buy the stuff and spend a ton of money that you really don't want to spend. Step 2, get some plastic.
What kind of plastic is this one right here?
This is, I don't even know, bait plastic?
Yep, bait plastics.
And they
Ultra
have,
clear medium.
yeah, they have different types of plastics and plastisols for different types of baits. They'll have like a medium, a hard, different consistencies and stuff for different baits.
That's what we're looking at right here. Starts out white, turns to clear once we heat it up.
One of the most important things is mixing it. And I don't have my drill with me, but we just made a batch, so it's pretty much mixed up now. But you want to mix it up because it'll settle over time, and you just kind of want to get it all mixed up. You don't want to shake it though.
Nope, never shake this.
If you shake it, it makes a ton of air bubbles, which are not good.
Makes it a lot longer in that chamber.
Vacuum. Measure it out. I like to do 2 cup batches, typically when I'm making lures in different colors, but because we're experimenting with a new mold, I may not like the color, I may not like the mold, and I don't want to waste a ton of plastic, so I'm just going to do 1 cup for experimental purposes. 1 cup and some extra. One cup and some extra.
We got about 1.5 cups in there, just to test it out.
Put the top back on, because if you spill stuff in there, you will not clean it up. Don't ask how I know.
Sounds like you've done that before.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna test out our new scent oil.
I don't know, we could have had it.
It is crawfish.
We could put it in there. First thing I put in there is heat stabilizer.
You see that bottle?
By Lure Works. Everything I have is from Lure Works. Everything's great quality. Just wing it. One of those.
Makes it a lot harder to burn your plastic and turn it all brown.
Yep. If you do a light colored plastic and you're reheating it, cooling it, reheating it, cooling it, it is prone to change color over time. if it cools off and you heat it up 10 times, it's going to change color a little bit. It's very slight, and you can also burn your plastic and overheat it, and that'll change it a ton. What the heat stabilizer does is it, I guess allows you to get it way too hot, because it's going to happen. You're going to forget about it in the microwave and burn it. I just burned a batch earlier today. It just happens because you get busy with doing the molds in between or fixing these, laying them in straight. You just get distracted and you burn it. Your heat stabilizer is going to help you not ruin your batch or have a different consistency. If you're making 80 Senkos, for example, your first batch that you pour is going to be your first color that you make, and over time, once you get to your 70th or 80th color lure, it's going to be slightly different than your first pour, and it looks like garbage, because then you're going to have a color on your whatever you're making, I guess, and it's going to change in variety. It's just not going to be nice. So heat stabilizer, definitely something you need.
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer.
Could save money in the long run.
Oh yeah, definitely. Next thing you need, salt. Salt, also from Lure Works.
Got to get fine salt. They make all different kinds of salt, but fine works the best.
Yeah, they have coarse salt. I don't like that. Fine's great. You don't really see it. The salt to plastic ratio that we used to use a 1/4 cup to 1 cup of plastic. Now I kind of kicked it down a notch, because when you have too much salt in there, it not only weakens your bait, but it also makes them sink faster. So if you want a bait that sinks a little bit faster and will get to the ground a little bit quicker, you're going to want more salt. If you want something that floats a little bit slower, water's cold, fish are kind of finicky to bite, you want something with better action that you can fish slower, you're going to want less plastic. And it also increases the durability of your lure, because there's less little salt pockets in there, and when you have more salt, your bait just tends to get, I don't have anything to demonstrate it. It just tends to get weaker. So I do about that much. This is a 1/4 cup. I just wing it. All this is basically winging. It's all custom baits, so you gotta wing it with your heat stabilizer. If you put too much heat stabilizer in there, it can get cloudy. If you put too much salt in there, it's going to get weak, but maybe you like a heavier bait. If you put too little in there, it's not going to sink as fast. This plastic's buoyant, by the way. So if you don't put any heat additive or sink additive in there, or salt for sinking, it's not going to do anything.
We tested all different weights.
Yep.
Definitely found this one to be the best.
Yep. 3 minutes for a cup. It'll get it to a good warm temperature. You can kind of mix it, check it out, make sure it's not burning in there, not boiling. Take it out, mix it, pour it again, or put it back in the microwave. One thing you can use is a digital thermometer, found on Amazon, 15 bucks. This is just a meat thermometer for like a kitchen or something.
Make sure you don't use it for food after using
Yes,
plastic.
do not use it for food after, because it'll taste like plastic.
Alright, so we'll give this about 2.5 more minutes. We'll be right back. About a minute left on the microwave, so when you're doing this, you want to make sure you have really good aeration, because it's probably not good for you to smell. So, and it stinks really bad. So we're gonna open this window right here.
Bad.
There we go. Get her going down here.
Just
Now
like
that we
that.
got that, be smarter than the window. Got to get the fan rolling. Doesn't need to be too much. We just got to get going, keep air moving, get the fresh air in here. It's unplugged. So now that we got this going, we can pull our plastic back out here. It's gonna be hot, so be careful.
Yeah, you definitely want gloves.
Really hot. We used to try to do it without gloves, but it's not the smartest thing to do. So give it a little mix in here. As you might be able to see that smoke, that's what you want to stay away from. So you just need to heat it up a little bit before it goes in the vacuum chamber here.
What's a good
temperature?
temperature?
Good temperature to pour at is around, what was it, 320, 340?
Yeah, like 320.
Right around there. We've had it, when we first started way over 400, so that's what you want to try to stay away from.
Yeah, you don't want that. That'll ruin some plastic very quick.
But heat stabilizer, as we said, helps it a little bit. And this nice chamber we got here, we've been using it so much that a rubber expanded. So once we get this on, if we get this on, get that puppy on there.
The vacuum chamber basically removes all the air out of the plastic. If you pour plastic with a ton of air bubbles in it, air pockets in it, it's gonna do a couple things. I don't have any examples. I don't have any bad examples of it, but one of the things it's going to do is it's gonna make your bait sink slower, because you obviously have air in it. Air wants to float when your bait's in the water. It's gonna affect the way it's gonna affect the action of the lure. It's gonna affect sink rate. It's going to make your baits weaker, because if there's air pockets in your plastic doesn't, it's not, I don't know, I guess, binding to itself because of the air, and it makes it weaker. They'll tear easier. And another thing is transparency. If you look at some of these baits that we've made, they have extremely good transparency. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but they have really good transparency to allow that glitter to shine in the sun. And if you have air pockets in there, it looks white and it makes it look cloudy. Your bait doesn't look clear and it just looks a little bit worse. So I definitely recommend a vacuum chamber for every single bait you make. You'll see some people out there, they won't do it. We actually had one that broke, and we made a ton of baits for like probably 2 years, 3 years. And we just made them with air with air in them, and it worked. It caught fish for sure. We caught hundreds of fish on them, but I think it definitely makes it better if you get a vacuum chamber, so it's definitely something to invest in.
So now that we got this guy going, you can see this gauge right here. So once you get it down here to the 1 or 30 is about when you want to stop, because that means all the air is out of the plastic. While you're doing this, you really want to tend to it, because we've had it boil over in there, you should say, but it covers everything in plastic, and you don't want to do that because it's a pain to clean out. So you just want to keep track of it, because when it really starts bringing the air out, it'll start bubbling like it's boiling, and it'll go everywhere. So you got to be careful of that. Usually takes 3 to 5 minutes to do this.
All right, so when your plastic's done in your vacuum chamber, take it out. And if it's still at a good temperature, where it's pretty liquidy and you can work with it, which that one is.
Yeah, that one looks good. Now I get to pick a color.
Yep, this is when I decided to put the color in, and I have not even thought about it, so we're gonna need some help from Joey.
Let's see. I think we should go with a more natural color, reddish brown. Something to start with for the first pour with it. See how it turns out.
So you're thinking some root beer and then maybe some cherry red?
I'm thinking so. Something that we can figure out pretty easy. Just remember it so we can write it down.
Okay.
In our little book of colors.
Book of colors.
Colorant right there. That's some beer by Lure Works. Everything we have is Lure Works. We tried different colorants, and this is definitely what we found the best. Yeah. Let's see what we get here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
For good measure.
For good measure.
We'll mix that up. See what we get here. Honestly, looking pretty good. Add a little red tint to that. I think we'll have it. If you guys want to stay consistent, we keep track of all of our drops so we can remake it.
We normally count it by drops of additive. Some people kind of just wing it and they just squirt it in there. And one mistake I see a lot of people make is they put way too much additive or color in there. When you put too much, it makes your plastic like a solid color. It no longer makes it transparent. And when you don't have a transparent color, your glitter will not show.
Show that color right there. Well, this color right here, cherry red, that is the strongest color they make. Just one drop makes a huge difference, so you got to be careful with that. I'm liking that color right there.
Oh, that's pretty red. Alright. That's a little cool off, so I'm gonna throw it in the microwave. Get it heat back up.
Over here. 1 minute, and we will be right back.
It's a little bit warmer.
Color's looking awesome, really.
Color's looking good.
Looking
Reddish
natural.
brown. Oh, yeah. Alright, now we gotta pick out what color. I don't know what will look good with this color.
Well, this color right here, I would say a little black flake might look pretty good.
I like it.
This is the fun of it right here. You can make whatever you want. Come up with some pretty cool combinations.
What size?
I say the smaller.
Small one?
Yeah. When you do this, make sure you turn your fan off. We've had it blow everywhere before, so you definitely learn from your mistakes.
Make sure all your glitter is cleaned off your spoon, because you don't want a glitter from a different lure in there that you don't want.
So you got that cleaned up there. We can get this black in. See what it turns out to be.
Alright, what are you thinking? Like
I'm thinking a little bit less than that, because remember it's only 1 cup.
we'll do 3/4 scoop. Mix that sucker in.
So you don't see it very much right here while it's in the bowl, but once you get it into the craw that you're gonna make and you pull it out, you'll definitely tell that it's in there. So looks like it's gonna be a nice translucent color.
We're gonna zap it for 30 more seconds. It's a little thick. Alright, so our plastic should be done now. Zapped it a little bit longer. Give it a little mix. Make sure there's no chunks in there of solidified plastic that'll clog up your molds.
Now the fun part.
Alright, I don't know what happened with that one, but it does not want to work. Take 2.
I bet that's all it takes.
There's no way that is all it takes. I didn't even insert anything.
That's all it takes, bud. See that? That's it.
No, that is not.
Yeah, it is.
That
Keep
is
going.
There's no way that it's filling that.
This is the fun of a new mold.
It's
never
literally
know.
taking no plastic. We'll see, but I don't think it is.
Oh, it is. I know it.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So you got to make sure that you fill the holes up the rest of the way, because it will sink in as it's cooling. It'll pull more plastic.
You want extra syringes, so when you screw up like I am, you don't ruin the whole pour.
It definitely helps. Makes a little bit of a difference
Definitely helps.
to be prepared.
I feel like this isn't taking any plastic.
That's good.
I have no hope in this pour. Alright, don't know what happened there.
So when you're pushing it in, you want to give it a little bit of pressure, but not too much where it'll blow right through the sides of the mold and make a real mess. So now we wait 2 to 3 minutes to see what they turn.
Alright, should be cold. Cold, cold, cold.
Here's the reveal.
Pull them apart. I have no faith in these.
They came out
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
These are pretty light looking. Okay. Interesting. So with these smaller baits, some of your other ones like Senkos and stuff, they pull apart real easy. So with these ones, I'm guessing they don't really have a tail. I like to use a little knife And I like to just cut them and you get a nice straight line. And then sometimes you get some extra bits, but cut it off and then boom.
There's the
antennas are kind
lure.
of.
It's all done, ready to go.
You really want to spread these out, make sure they're flat, because if they're not, they'll form kind of crooked and messed up. So kind of do that with them. These are kind of a pain, but not the worst.
There. And that bad boy is ready to go. Get smashed by a fish.
Yep.
Kind of nice. We can do 8 at a time. That'll make a difference. So.
Alright, so we're back and we just finished up this new pour, or I guess new mold review for the 3.5 inch i-craw from Do It Molds. Overall, it's okay. It's pretty nice. I was a little bit nervous about this texture that I believe I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. Something I was worried about was this texture. It's not smooth, but I kind of like it. I guess your crawfish out in the wild aren't going to be smooth, so kind of makes it look more realistic. So I like that. Happy about that. One thing I'm not too happy about is these holes for your injector. They're inconsistent. Some are big, some are small, and they're so small to the point where it will grab the tip on your injector, and when you pull your injector out, it wants to pull the tip. And if that happens, all your plastic's gonna spill out. I had it happen to me almost like 2 or 3 times. And the other thing is these typically when they're machined, this surface here is flat. This kind of indents down in kind of at an angle, and it doesn't allow your tip to seed properly, and it allows this kind of, I guess,
All
spillage,
extra, yeah.
allows extra to pour all out. It's kind of messy, but other than that,
Overall, rated 1 through 10.
overall rated 1 through 10, I would say 8 out of 10. It's not
All
too
right.
bad. Not too
It's not too bad for the craw. We'll see what the other one's like.
Nope, I'm happy. Definitely worth it. It's a realistic looking craw, one of the most realistic I've seen out there.
Yeah, definitely.
All the other ones are kind of, they look real artificial. So maybe they'll get gobbled up, maybe they won't. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll show you in future videos. See how they catch fish. So that about wraps it up for us on our 3.5 inch i-craw mold review from Do It Molds. And I don't know, pretty happy with the result. Hope you liked it. And if you guys have any molds that you would like to see us buy and then review, or different colors you want to see us try, different methods, I don't know, information, maybe you guys know more about this than us, maybe you guys got some tips for us we could try out, or anything you guys want to tell us.
Yeah, sounds good. So we hope you guys liked the video. If you want to like it, share it, subscribe so you can see more like it. We'd appreciate that. So you guys have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.